Hi Niels. It was actually a bright start the first 5 minutes, but then 2 quick goals, it kills you, doesn't it, really?
Absolutely, yeah. Can't fault the effort at all, Stephen. I don't think there's nobody on the pitch today that's not giving everything. It's just, when we're doing well, we shoot ourselves in the foot. I thought same at Plymouth, same at Leicester. Leicester. And the goals we're conceding are still. We can't keep giving goals away like that and expect to come across. The team's good enough. Norwich is a good side without giving them a goal. And I thought we started off really strong on the front foot. I didn't think they were going to cope with us at that time. And then we go and give a goal like that away. What a massive lift it gives them. And then the penalty's very iffy, really. They both got the boots together. He shouldn't go in there like that, Matty, but it's a very iffy penalty, And so all of a sudden we're 2-0 down, and it's almost like you can't believe we're 2-0 down. And I thought the crowd was super today. They could have picked on 1 or 2 things. But the lads are giving everything. They can't ask any more. Half time we get a talk, and we talk about getting the next goal, and then we concede another one. 4 minutes gone. And yes, there's individuals that's to blame for it, which I've obviously singled out in the dressing room, but it shouldn't happen that. They're very elementary goals, really. And at this level, you can't concede the goals we've had this season, really. They're all, apart from the Middlesbrough, we've seen poor goals this season.
Yeah, it seems to be, particularly on the break, you can look vulnerable. Is that fair to say?
Well, I don't think it's been vulnerable, Steve. You tell me the goal. I mean, what's the first goal come from? Does that come from a great move of Norwich? You talk about the second goal. It's a penalty, an innocuous challenge. You've got Hoggy booked for nothing, trivial. And then you've got Duffy take DR off by the waist and not a yellow card. What's going off here? It's disgusting, really. Absolutely disgusting.
He seemed to sort of lose control of the game for a spell in the first half, didn't he?
I don't want to get on to the referee because he's knocking me here. I'll get fined.
I think, obviously, defensively there's more can be done, but on the ball it seems like, again, the same as the other games. Getting into good positions, getting forward well, but then...
The goal has made a couple of good saves, if I'm honest. We're getting in decent positions up there. We've just not been able to finish. And, as long as the lads give me everything, I can't complain about certain things, but I can complain about the goals because, Norwich are a good side without giving them such a lift. And then we go in and talk at half-time about how we're going to do this, that and the other, and then 4 minutes gone, somebody else makes a mistake, and we're 3-0 down. End of game, end of story then against Norwich, but, it's so disappointing. You can raise your voice. I've not raised my voice for a bit in the dressing room, but, at the end of the day, I can't fault the effort, Steve. The effort's there. They're giving me everything. It's just misdirected at times. With the goals, you go back through all our games, and there's not many good goals, is there? You might say Middlesbrough might have been a good goal, but we let him run inside. Then it was an elementary mistake by somebody, and I can't think of a decent goal really that they've scored this season. I know you can look at the caught on the break for the 4th one, but the game was gone anyhow then. It just disappoints me how easy we're giving goals away and the mistakes we're making to give goals away.
Particularly because, as you say, the effort's there, and particularly the last couple of games, the performances have been there.
The fans have, and it sounds silly, isn't it? There's a lot of the part of the game today that I've enjoyed. I didn't enjoy standing in the rain at 3-0 down, I must admit, but a lot of points of the game today I did enjoy. But when you make mistakes like that at any level of football, and we were talking about the Championship here, you're going to get punished, and we can't be doing that.
You weren't able to use Ben Wiles today. Do you feel like he might be able to make a difference to any of...
Well, he gives us option. He's a good player, and we're asking Diarra to do a job because we've nobody else with David Kasumo out as well. So we're filling in, but I can't fault. Dee's a young lad. He's still learning his trade, and it'll help having Ben in, and hopefully we get another striker before the window closes.
Yeah. What did you make to Danny Ward today?
Danny, I thought he worked as hard as he's ever worked. I just thought there was nothing from his efforts. He created a lot of space early doors where Josh hit the post and we looked like a dominant side. But when you give goals away like that, two centre halves like they've got, you can play with a cigar in your hand, really, and it's hard work for any striker. So I can't criticise Danny Ward today. He's not giving any goals away. I mean, it's all right. You'll probably get somebody saying, "Why don't I play 4 forwards?" And name 4 forwards. I wish I got 4. I don't think it's not as simple as that. You've got tactically, you can't get run over with these teams. These teams are capable of beating anybody. So we've got to be organised, and I thought we were. Until we saw a Sunday League goal conceded.
Yeah, you had to get through this last year, but then it clicked. You feel like you're hoping that might happen again this season.
What's that say?
You had these games like this last season as well. I think Coventry, Burnley as well, but then.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can see that there's almost 2 divisions, isn't there? In there, and we've had some hard games. Bloody hell, I don't think we could have had any more difficult games than what we've had. So, and West Brom have won 4-2 today, haven't they? West Brom. So I think I'm looking forward to going down there next week. I always enjoy West Brom, and I think we could beat anybody, Stephen, on his day, but we shoot ourselves in the foot. When we're playing well, we kill ourselves and give other teams lifts, and you can't do that.
Neil, is part of the frustration that these mistakes are coming from experienced lads you can normally rely on, rather than the young kids,
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the good players that's making the mistakes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a double whammy, like today, I thought Josh Ruffles, I think the first bad pass he made was in the 92nd minute. I thought he was 10 out of 10 today. Never made a mistake, mate. I thought, well done, son. Thought Hoggy did well as well in there. So there were quite. I think there were a lot of pluses in that respect. It's just like you've said, when experienced players make mistakes, it's hard to fathom, what to do because the effort's there. You can't fault the effort.
So how were you in the dressing room? Are you focusing more on the good things? Are you angry in there? How did you?
Well, today's slightly different today because I felt today we could have got a result today, but as I said, we'll not get a result against anybody if we give goals away like that, and they were all preventable goals. I mean, the first 2 and the third one. I mean, I won't go into details on that, but that shouldn't happen. That. All credit to the kid for getting there, but he shouldn't have got there. We were there before him, so it's such a disappointment that.
And I mean, is it concentration? What do you put it down to? Because it's becoming a theme this season, obviously.
It is, but I'm told these are good players, so I'm hoping that they work through it. I give them every opportunity to work through it. The squad's not a massive squad, but you hope that we can come through that. But I'm still optimistic. There's results in the side. It's just if you do that against your good sides, you're going to get turned over, really. And next week's a good side, West Brom. But I am looking forward to West Brom after today. I'm a bit clearer in my own mind, especially having Ben as well. Ben's a player I've chased for a long time, and we need that sort of energy. And he's got a pass in him as well. So I'm looking forward to him. I'm disappointed yesterday that it was 12:01 when we registered him.
Yeah.
But that's life, isn't it?
What was that?
I don't ask me.
But I mean, he's got a goal in him as well, and obviously that's
There's a lot to come from him. He's only 24.
Yeah.
And as you know, they turned down a massive offer last year from Burnley. And I was talking to him, he was gutted. He was. I said, and they got promotion, you'd have been on 40 grand now, Ben, in the Premier League. So don't rub it in, Gaffer, he says. But he's a good lad, he's a nice lad. I'm looking forward to working with him. And he gave me a lift this week. Because it's nice to get players that are going to make a good contribution. And gives us other options. At the minute, we're very, very limited on what options we've got. Tom Lees hopefully will come back after the international break, and David Kasuma, which gives us a little bit more. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see on that.
And obviously you're still looking for another number 9. Are you hopeful that by the time of the West Brom game you'll be a more clinical team? 'Cause that seems
I think if we'd have had Harry Kane today up front, we'd have struggled with the goals we conceded, if I'm honest. I don't blame the strikers today. I mean, yeah, I think we could have made more of the final third chances that we had to create in the final third. And the set pieces, the second balls we could have made more of as well. So we will be working on that. But the best thing for me is I can't fault the effort. We might be limited in that, but got to keep going, and that's what my job is, to make sure we keep going, especially at my age.
Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, lads.
Cheers. Go that way.